Hey guys, Christine here, and I wanted to have a little chat with you guys today about why we do not use a homeschool Bible curriculum. So I know that probably sounds like, you don't use a homeschool Bible curriculum, because we are devout Christians in our house, and so obviously most people feel very strongly about having a Bible curriculum and making sure their kids are learning the Bible in their homeschool, which you absolutely should. Your kids should be learning the Bible in your home, in your homeschool. It should just be a natural part of your day. You absolutely should be learning about everything about the Bible. So the reason why we do not, let me back up a little bit. So a big reason why I decided to take homeschool Bible curriculum out of our homeschool was because my kids were starting to dread Bible time, and that broke my heart. I did not want it to become a chore for them. I did not want it to be just another lesson we have to check off of our checklist. I wanted it to be something that they actually wanted to do. I want them to want to be in the Word. That's really important to me. I know that that really builds a strong foundation for them. It really builds a habit for them wanting to be into the Word, so that hopefully as they become teenagers, as they become adults, they will then want to be in the Word. And that was something hard for me growing up, was that it wasn't a part of my routine. And so having to start that habit as an adult is obviously a little bit harder than having it just be something that's a part of your life your whole life. So I needed to just trash the homeschool curriculum for the Bible curriculum. We tried a handful of different curriculum. None of them just fit. None of them made it feel less of a chore. So we threw that away and we just simply use the Bible. It seems so simple, right? The answer is right there in front of us. We just use the Bible as our homeschool Bible curriculum. So you don't have to have any super expensive, fancy pants homeschool curriculum in order for your kids to learn the Bible. Because it is something that, the Bible is a living word, right? So if we are reading the Bible to our kids, they're going to glean things from it that we may not even, because of it being a living word, something might speak to them more than it speaks to us, and they may get something out of it and share it with us that we may not have even thought to point out, or that your Bible curriculum may not have pointed out. Because I'm not so worried about them being in some deep theology. It's as they get older, as they become teenagers, we might put something back into our homeschool again so that I can make sure they're understanding the theology behind things. But if we are studying the Word together, I just really strongly feel that that is something that is just going to come naturally from reading the Bible together. So we do use the Bible study journaling plan that I created. So I do have that link for you guys in my post. It is not a curriculum by any means. It is literally a reading plan. Right now I have it going out monthly. So I have it going out every 30 days, but ideally if you're reading it every single day, you will get through the entire Bible in a year using my reading plan. And I've got a little secret. So I am revamping my Bible study journaling plan right now. I am working my tushy off with one of my friends who's a graphic designer, and she is helping me in amazing ways to hopefully have this awesome setup for you guys. So I will have it be 6 months at a time, and I will have 2 volumes. So I'm just working on volume 1 right now, and I am going to have brand new coloring sheets for you. So all of it has Bible memory verses. Sorry, my dog's left out and she's yapping at me. So I have coloring pages that will have memory verses, so they can choose to use it as memory verses, or you can just simply use it as coloring sheets. So that's something added into it. It will have beautiful full color covers on them. It will have additional coloring pages inside of it. Anyway, I could go on and on because I'm super excited to launch these. They will be launched by the new year, by the way. So check back for that. But for now, I do have it monthly. So I'm still releasing my monthly reading plan. But it's so simple. It's not a curriculum at all. It is literally just writing down what you're learning. So it has a note section, it has a spot for prayers, and it has a spot for key verses. So my kids I'm gonna let my dog in and just keep talking to you guys as I let her in. So my kids like to draw for it. So if that is what your kids are going to be using to help absorb that word into them, then they can just draw instead of writing things down. My kids even like to make comics in theirs, and that way they're able to say, this is what I learned, is this person said this in this situation, and they've got their little comics going. So it's super cute. But it can be so simple. So if your kids like drawing during Bible time, let them draw during Bible time. We even go and get to our map afterwards, or even in the middle of reading is, well, where is this? Where are we talking about? Let's go to our map. So that's the other thing too, is they're learning above that, because it might be called a different country back then than it was now, or a different city back then than it is now. So we're able to break down into that even more as well and say, well, this is where it is now. This is what it used to be called. We talk about the original Hebrew. So going through Old Testament, we are doing a lot of, and then they called this place this. Okay, what does that mean? And so we're able to look down at the key in the bottom of our Bible and say, oh, well, that is why they call it this, or that is why they renamed that, is because it means this. So we're able to do all of that as well. So we don't necessarily need that curriculum in order to learn that stuff. We're able just to naturally do it, because my kids are going to ask those questions. They aren't just going to depend on a curriculum to have the questions laid out for them, right? Because if you are reading from the Bible, there's going to be questions. And the more comfortable that your kids get with reading the Bible every single day and having you read that to them, the more they are going to naturally have those questions come up, as opposed to just expecting a book to ask them those questions. So it's something that is very naturally going to happen in your homeschool. It does not need to be planned out any way, shape, or form. So you guys can read as little or as much as you want. I'm just choosing to use my reading plan because I want to try to get through the entire Bible in a year. And I'll be completely honest, it took us 2 months to get through 1 month of reading. So it may even take us 2 years to get through the entire Bible together. It's just, whatever pace your family needs is what you should be doing. But getting in that word together, having them have those natural learning experiences from it. And another thing I wanted to touch on too is that some people don't feel like you should be reading the Bible to kids. And I'm talking like my 5-year-old, 6-year-old, that kind of thing, like little kids, because especially starting in that Old Testament, we are talking about sex. We are talking about adultery. We are talking about human sacrifices. It's talking about some pretty deep issues there, and you're reading it to kids. One thing is, some of it goes over their head. So if we are talking about sex, I use the NIV Bible, so a lot of it does say lying with that person, laying in bed with her. So he's not comprehending that they are having sex, because he doesn't understand that laying with someone and having sex means the same thing. He doesn't even know what sex is yet, okay? Where my 10-year-old, who does know what sex is, he gets it. He understands that that person is committing adultery and that that is not okay. But in my house, we are very open about sex, and we are very open that, it is designed by God. It's not something nasty. It's designed by God. But if you don't choose to use it correctly, that's where that nastiness comes in, right? So that's where that adultery is not good. But he's learning those lessons naturally through the Bible because he's hearing all of these, but then he's able to see the consequences that these people have by having adultery or by tricking this person or whatever it is. He's able to see those natural consequences. So I don't know. I don't feel like we're not supposed to have Bible time with our little kids. I really feel like it's important still. And a verse I wanted to point out is 1 Timothy 4:12 says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but set an example for the believers in speech and conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." So I feel like just because they are young doesn't mean we should look down on them. It doesn't mean we should say, oh, we're not going to understand that, so we're not going to read it. We're going to stick to our storybook Bibles. Or just because that might be inappropriate doesn't mean that we shouldn't read it to you. We need to wait till you're older to read this portion of the Bible to you. I don't think God would have given us this beautiful living word if we weren't supposed to read it to our kids, right? I really feel passionate about that, and it's really opened up a lot of really big doors in our house, having this Bible study time together with my 1-year-old, with my 6-year-old, with my 10-year-old. When my husband is home, we're able to have him join in with us. It's a really beautiful time, and it's really blessed our household going into this book together and reading the Bible together as a family. I know it's blessed me as a mom to be able to have my Bible time back, because I'll be honest, with the hecticness of life, there was a lot of days where I wasn't having it. But now that we're sitting down together as a family doing it, it's been filling me up as well. So I could ramble on and on about this. You guys have my full post. You guys have my link to my Bible study reading journaling plan in my post. So if you guys want to check that out, you are totally able to, and I welcome you to. And thank you for joining me today. I've really missed you guys. We have not been able to do live in quite a while. I am hoping next week on our way to Thanksgiving that I'll be able to catch you guys when we are driving. Because we don't ever sit still. We're the crazy road schooling family, so we're always on the road. So I hope I'm able to check in with you guys. If not, certainly the week after Thanksgiving, I will see you. So thanks for joining me today, and I will catch you guys next time.